A growing number of African Americans have decided to only support black businesses. We looked at one family's year of buying black.
Liquor store, funeral home. Liquor store, funeral home. This is what the black community is. I want to change this.
This is crime-stricken West Chicago, not so far from Barack Obama's Chicago home, where Maggie Anderson is implementing her own plan for change in America, a crusade to resurrect black-owned businesses.
For the past 6 months, my family has been living off of black businesses. For the next 6 months, we're going to do the same thing. This year-long project we call the Empowerment Experiment.
Good.
Very good, darling.
Maggie, a lawyer, and her husband, John, a financial planner, along with their 2 young daughters, have pledged to support only black-owned businesses for 1 year. So far, they've spent over $45,000.
Money does not stay in the black community, and that's because the business owners in that community do not live in that community, do not invest in that community.
So Maggie drives more than 4 miles from her home to deposit her family's money with a black-owned bank.
Hello, darling. Good to see you again.
On the other side of town, John frequents a black-owned dry cleaner.
People who have cancer in their family, they do their best to work towards curing cancer. And for me, the problems going on in the black community, that our kids are choosing gangs over college, that our kids don't think that it's possible to be a business owner in America, even though we have a black president. This is my cancer.
Maggie drives 16 miles for groceries to give her money to the only black-owned grocery store she found in Chicago.
16 miles for bananas may sound crazy to some folks, but to me, it means empowering this community.
Our movement, a revolution of
And she's
spirit.
traveled thousands of miles, signing up over 8,000 members to the Empowerment Experiment.
We've heard criticisms like this is exclusive, even racist.
Why is that racism for black people to say, these are our problems, we need to fix them?
With me now are Maggie and John Anderson, and in Los Angeles, media commentator Larry Elder. Good morning, all.
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
This is not something you do casually.
No.
This is not an avocation. This is something that clearly comes from a passion within you both.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Does this still feel like a good idea?
Every day, increasingly, it becomes a more powerful, it's a wonderful experience for us.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think about the driving 16 miles and all the sacrifices we make in terms of driving as a sacrifice. Our life is not a life of sacrifice. Our life is empowering. It's a wonderful life.
What are the business owners' response to see the work that you're doing to try and make sure they succeed?
Well, the business owners have obviously found this to be extremely positive in that they know that if we're supporting them, we're helping create role models and propagate more businesses and growth that obviously is going to help keep wealth in the black community.
Right.
So.
This is going to feel to some people, though, like it's a kind of reverse racism. There are people sitting and looking at this now saying, this is crazy.
Well, let's clear up a couple of misnomers about the project. First of all, this is an academic exercise. We're trying to bear out, from a statistical standpoint, how, if more dollars are reinvested in particularly underserved black communities, that we can bridge a lot of the social gaps.
Which is Magic
disproportionately
Johnson's
affect us.
whole thing about trying to build more businesses
Exactly.
in black communities.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
for some people, it may be a controversial method, but it's
Right.
definitely a laudable goal and something that we care about and are
Okay,
dedicating our
let me
lives
get
to.
Larry Elder in here. Is it a laudable goal? Do you look at this as a laudable goal?
I share the Andersons' desire to encourage black entrepreneurship, and it's clear that there should be more businesses in the black community. But I do think that businesses succeed or fail based upon things like quality and value and service, convenience. And those are the qualities that will determine whether or not you succeed or fail. I was a small businessman for about 15 years. My dad is a small businessman. He ran a restaurant for about 40 years. And and both of us had mainstream clientele. We expected that when someone walked in and we provided a good service that they would come back. It seems to me a more productive thing to do is to encourage people to understand what it takes to start and to run a business. And it's hard work. Have a good business plan, have a marketing niche, have a strategy, and provide a good quality, good value, and good service, and people will patronize your businesses. If we encourage people to patronize businesses based upon race or ethnicity, then aren't you encouraging Jews to do that, and Asians to do that, and Hispanics to do that? And what if voters did that? If voters did that, we wouldn't have President Barack Obama.
Go ahead. And you want to respond to that?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, we are not giving business owners any kind of license to offer anyone poor goods or service. We are uplifting quality black businesses. But at the same time, we are encouraging those folks who are looking for ways to empower our community to do so by reinvesting our dollars, are now approaching $1 trillion in buying power, into those communities that need it the most and the ones that we care about. And that is the black community. The black community is disproportionately impacted by every measure of social and economic progress in this nation. And nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change if we stay business as usual.
Right.
We are not asking business owners or giving them a crutch.
Larry.
What we're asking is for those people who want to do something about the black community and are hindered by stereotypes about black business, here's your chance to go out of your way and investigate black businesses.
Take a breath. Here's what you know what we'll do? Let's come back in a year.
In a year.
How did you see how it went?
Well, actually,
hang on. All right, because for now we got to leave it as it is. All right. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
All right. Larry, thanks for getting up early on the West Coast this morning.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Larry.
For more on Buying Black, go to our website, earlyshow.cbsnews.